You're looking live at Lumpkins Football Stadium in Waxahachie, Texas, where today the Southwestern Assemblies of God University Lions play host to the Texas Lutheran University Bulldogs. It's the first home game of the season for the Lions, and we're bringing all the action to you next, right here on the SAGU Sports Network.
SID, baby, you ready? A nine on the ones and twos, yeah. SAGU in the place to be. Yeah, feels good, don't it? Hey, feels good, don't it? Hey, feels good, don't it? Hey, here we go. Purple and gold, you know, at it again. CJ in the pocket, ready for a win. Rich and RJ, they don't play. This is game time, son, so they ready to shine. Check the sweat, it's recess, beating the best. We blessed, no flex, meeting the test. Shelly and Mo, they gon' score. Strength in the low, don't you know? Each inch is a yard, no matter how far. Every point that we get, just setting the bar. Each inch is a yard, no matter how far. Every point that we get, just setting the bar. Yup. Get 'em. Lions in the pack, never got slack. Pushing for greatness, never looking back. Fear the war, check the score. Can't ignore talent, strength in the Lord. Lions in the pack, never got slack. Pushing for greatness, never looking back. Fear the war, check the score. Can't ignore talent, strength in the Lord. Lions in the pack, never got slack. Pushing for greatness, never looking back. Fear the war, check the score. Can't ignore talent, strength in the Lord.
And hello, everybody. Rob Price here, along with my brand new broadcast partner, Brian Garrison. Brian, glad you've joined us this season on the Broadcast Network.
Thanks a lot. I'm glad to be here. It's going to be a great year on the SAGU Sports Network, and it's going to be a great year for the Lions here in Waxahachie, Texas.
The Lions have yet to post a win this season after two really tough road losses to begin the 2014 campaign, but they've been down this road before, Brian. Last year they began the season 0-2 as well, but finished strong, 6-2 in the season to post their first ever winning season.
Well, the Bulldogs come into this game 3-0, and I know both teams have circled this game on the calendar because last year, due to bad weather, the game was canceled in the middle of the game when the Bulldogs were leading 14-7. The Bulldogs are pretty tough, but it's going to be a good test for the Lions today.
The all-time series, not kind of the Lions. Bulldogs have won all three games. Combined score 170-71. That's an average margin of victory of, 33 points. Let's hope that doesn't happen again tonight.
Definitely.
We'll have a complete preview of tonight's game in just a minute, but first, let's take you back down to the field and check in with our very own Adam Ferguson. Adam, you got it.
Side today. Players, a little sunny. From the top of your screen to the bottom screen. And a humidity of about 30 degrees. Overall, it's a pretty good day to play football. I talked to a couple players who felt really ambitious. It's their first home game of the year. They're looking to get their first win. And they're really optimistic against TOU, looking to get their first win on the season. Thank you. Back to you, Rob.
Number 20, Jordan Sims.
Night for football. He's down there ready to report all the action from the sidelines. It's going to be a fun one. Let's talk about some keys to the game. First with SAGU. Let's begin with number one. Avoid big plays from Burrell. We're talking about TLU running back Marquise Burrell. He is a monster. Already rushed for 505 yards in just 3 games. He's averaging 5 yards a carry, 7 touchdowns. He's a beast.
He is a beast.
He's a beast. Meanwhile, SAGU's given up 211 yards on defense. So that number's going to have to drop quite a bit, maybe to 125 to have any chance to contain Burrell. Number 2, they're going to have to pressure the quarterback from up the middle. The front line for TLU is huge. They average 278 pounds. That's not quite that's bigger than you, and you're a big guy.
It's pretty big.
Meanwhile, SAGU averaged about 231. Now, those numbers are important. It's a big advantage for TLU because that means the defense for Lions will have to probably come up with speed on the outside as opposed to pushing up the middle. So watch that to happen in this game. Number 3, they have to clog up the middle secondary. Quarterback Trenton White for the Bulldogs likes to throw in the middle. He averages 10 yards a catch. So his guys don't go in the screens a lot or long bombs at the middle of the road. That means guys like Shaquem Taylor and company are going to have to play as a tight unit to clog up that middle secondary, especially on 3rd down and long. What about TLU? 3 keys to the game for the entire team that you see?
Well, definitely TLU needs to spread the ball on the offense. They've had 5 receivers this year score touchdowns, and they're pretty incredible when they spread the ball out. The formations that they're going to use are going to open up SAGU's defense, and SAGU's defense is going to have to control not just 1 or 2 receivers, but 4 or 5 receivers. And when they do that, Marquise Bureau is going to be a beast in the backfield.
Passing game opens up the running game and vice versa, so the spread's going to be huge for the Bulldogs tonight.
Without a doubt. They also have to protect the football tonight. Too many turnovers this year for the Bulldogs. They're averaging 2 turnovers a game. Turnovers kill progress, turnovers kill drives. And then finally, the penalties this year have really hurt the Bulldogs. They're averaging over 100 penalties per game, and the penalties can kill drives just like the turnovers can kill drives. So definitely these 3 keys for the TLU Bulldogs are things they need to focus on.
That's kind of a big picture. Now looking at specific players, look at like SAGU first. I'm going to begin with number 1. I call him the new kid on the block. We're talking about freshman CJ Collins. He's played well so far, completed 68% of his passes for 242 yards, just 1 pick. He's going to need time, Brian, in the pocket to throw downfield, especially since the Lions convert just 22% of 3rd down conversions. Number 2, Deontay's Inferno. We're talking about sophomore sensation Deontay Morrison. He was all over the field last week. 11 tackles against Howard Payne after 4 in game 1. This free safety is obviously catching the attention of his coaches. He has a nose for the ball, quick to react. Can he keep it up week 2 with another stellar performance? And finally, we'll put 3 and 1. Get the trifecta train on track. We're talking about the 3-headed beast from the running attack, Eric Smith, Troy Griffin, and James Hopkins. All 3 must make the most of their snaps. They're going to have a tough assignment, Brian, because these Bulldogs averaged just 105 yards on defense. In fact, last week, Louisiana College only had 83 yards on the ground. So, trifecta, you've got Collins. It's going to be a tough game. Well, what about for the Bulldogs?
Well, that definitely leads right into the Bulldogs because Brian Doolittle does a lot this year. And Brian has had 6 sacks for a loss of 49 yards this year. Right now, he's currently ranked 2nd in Division III football with 2 sacks per game. Then they've got to release the little big man.
He's the man to watch out for tonight.
Oh, I tell you, Bureau is a stud. So it looks like we're throwing to the field down to Adam. All right, Adam, take it away.
Thanks, Rob. I'm here with Athletic Director and Head Coach Jesse Gotting. Now, Coach, you're playing a tough TLU team on your first home game, looking to get your first win on the season. Tell me your thoughts about TLU.
Well, Danny Padron, he's done a good job. This is his 5th year there. He's built a great program. They weren't very good before he got there. Last year, they barely missed out on the Division III playoffs. They're 3-0 this year, so it'll be a tough game for us.
Now, you went from a senior quarterback in Reed Golson to a freshman quarterback in CJ Collins. What are your thoughts on your young quarterback so far in the season?
Well, he hasn't done anything to hurt us. He's completing 67% of his passes. He's making good decisions. He only has 1 turnover on the year as far as interceptions go. So hopefully we'll see more progression this year. He's going to be a good one.
And going from your freshman quarterback to your senior receiver, Dylan Moore, tell us about his leadership that he brings on and off the field for your football team.
Well, Dylan and the other seniors that we have been with us, 4 or 5 years, and they do a tremendous job of really bringing stability to the team, enforcing a culture, reinforcing this is how we do things, this is why we do things this way, and he's a good one.
Thank you, Coach. Back to you, Rob.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Adam. We were talking about Marquise Barol when Gotting went to pipe in there. Glad to have him on our team. Marquise Barol, he's got some accolades already early in the season.
Well, this 5'4", 150-pound monster, and I say monster because the kid is all over the field. He is already close to 600 yards of rushing already this year. The kid can flat out run. He can run over people. He is not scared of contact. And then finally, the third person that you need to watch is Drake Dowling. Drake Dowling's already had 3 picks this year. He's already scored 1 time on one of those picks, and he'll come downfield and strike you with over 23 tackles. He's averaging 7 tackles per game. So the Lions are going to have to watch Doolittle and Burrow and definitely Mr. Dowling.
We're about 5 minutes away from kickoff. We'll take a quick break here. Be right back with more of the pregame show. You're watching SAGU Sports Network. Stay with us.
Hey, going to college?
Yep.
SAGU, right?
Nope. Decided to go to Hogwarts.
SAGU. Never say no to a lion. Have you given any thought to finishing your college degree? Or work, family, or church commitments convinced you that will never happen? Well, did you know every day others like you are discovering the satisfaction of completing their degree online? And they're doing it through SAGU Distance Education. Through SAGU Online, you can forget about the traditional classroom format. Your PC, laptop, tablet, or smartphone make any location your classroom on the go. View lectures from real professors, interact with real peers from around the world, and complete assignments at the time most convenient to you. We offer more than 50 accredited programs, most available entirely online. And in case you're worried about price, our average annual cost is half of the national average for other private schools. And we can help you with the financial details through a number of grants, scholarships, and federal loan programs. Not only that, but through SAGU's Experiential Learning Credit Program, you can earn college credit for the life experience you already have, up to 30 credit hours worth. That could save you up to $15,000 and a whole year toward your degree. So in case you're still thinking about it, now is the perfect time to stop thinking about earning your degree somewhere and decide to pursue education anywhere. SAGU School of Distance Education. Education anywhere.
And welcome back here to the pregame show. I'm joined now by 17-year veteran, Vice President for Student Services. Welcome, Terry Phipps, to the program.
Thank you very much.
You're out of breath. Thanks for taking a few minutes with us today. I know it's going to be an exciting night. Talk about the excitement on campus here in our first home game of the season.
Well, we're so excited about this being our first home game. It's quite a ways into the season already, but we had a bye. We've had a couple of good road games. Now we're coming home for the first home game. Very excited about that. The students are pumped, and we've got a good crowd out tonight. We're ready to go.
On top of football, there's a bunch of other sports we do here at SAGU. Mention those and how they're doing so far in their early seasons.
Well, let's start with men and women's soccer. They have opened up, just started conference play yesterday, already finished up their pre-conference schedule. Very good, very competitive. We're improved over last year with the team. And it's not yet reflective on the scoreboard, but we're there. So we're looking forward to a great remainder of the season with those two teams. The volleyball team is doing well. They just knocked off the number 15 ranked Wayland Baptist University team this past week, and they're on their home court, and so that's an incredible win for us.
And last night, a straight set win over Wiley College.
Over Wiley College. Wiley College has been an incredible foe for us down through the years. To take care of them 3-zip is great. Men and women's cross country very quickly. The men have already qualified for the NCCA National Championship. We have several of the ladies that have qualified individually. We expect the team to be able to qualify, women's team to qualify for nationals in the next couple weeks as well.
Terry, go find your front row seat. Go enjoy the game. Thanks for a few minutes with us. Appreciate it.
Row seat, and I'm ready to go.
God bless you. Take care. Well, Brian, we mentioned at the top of the show that the Bulldogs are undefeated at 3-0. Brian, those first 3 games have all been very, very impressive wins.
Definitely. 3-0. They're averaging 45 points a game. They're beating teams by at least 25 points a game. They absolutely destroyed Sul Ross first week, 61-15. Week 2, they beat Hardin Simmons, 37-14. And in week 3, just last week, they won 38-32 to Louisiana College. Coach Danny Prodrone, the head football coach at TLU, has really got them going in the right direction. he came to a school that was 0-10, and he's in his 5th year here at TLU. And last year they were 8-1, 3-0 in this season so far, and they're ranked number 21 in the nation. So Danny Patrone has got the Bulldogs going in the right direction. It's going to be a fantastic game.
They are on the rise, but they were tested last week against Louisiana College. In fact, it was a game that was definitely getting even some national attention, and how it ended. Louisiana College was down 6 points, Brian, with just 6 seconds left remaining, but they were about to score on the Bulldogs. It was at the 4-yard line. That's when the Wildcats head coach was flagged for marching on the field to prevent his quarterback from spiking the ball, and would have been 4th down. Obviously, the penalty results in a 10-second runoff. Game ends right there with TLU clinging to a 38-32 lead.
One of the craziest finishes I've ever seen in a college football game.
Lions, meanwhile, off to a rough 0-2 start. Recap for us those first 2 games, 2 tough losses.
Well, the first game, the Bethany College, the Lions were winning 7-0, and then they tied up the game 14-14. And then with just 1 minute left in the game, Bethany College puts it in and scores and beats the Lions. In week 2, the Lions traveled down to Howard Payne. The Lions fell behind early, 10-0, and could never catch up. Those Yellow Jackets there at Harding-Simmons, they are a tough ball team. The Yellow Jackets extended the lead to 20 points before the SAGU Lions could just claw back into the game, 30-25. I tell you what, it's going to be a fun, explosive game. I'm really excited to see this bureau for the Bulldogs running, and I'd love to see how Coach Godding and Coach Allen are going to defend that spread offense.
He kind of reminds me of Darren Sproles. I mean, we'll see how well he plays, but he looks got the height, the weight, the speed, the quickness. So we'll see if we've got a Darren Sproles 2.0 here at Lumpkin Stadium tonight. It's going to be a good one. He's one of the top backs in the entire nation in the NCAA Division III ranks.
Well, with 3 games under his belt, he's been a 3-time Player of the Week in the SCCA. So he is definitely going to be a force to reckon with. And don't forget, Coach Padrone last year, he was National Coach of the Year for the SCCA Conference. So Coach Godding and the Lions are going to have their hands full. But I bet you Coach Godding and the Lions, they're prepared and they're ready to go.
And we are just about ready to go as well. The players are about to take the field. In fact, the receivers for the Bulldogs are ready back in the end zone, ready to get the game started. As we are ready to start play here, the home opener for the Lions, trying to get off that 0-2 Schneid and get 1 win in the win column. And here come the Lions to take the field right now.
I tell you what, it sure is a nice night to play football. Nice and breezy here in Waxahachie, Texas. Beautiful sky out there. The Lions are going to have a great game. It's going to be fun to watch them. Don't forget to watch or listen to us in at SAGU Sports Network, and we can have a great time with the Bulldogs and Lions tonight. Now, when they were warming up, did you notice that big old offensive line for TLU? Those guys are humongous. I can see how little Bureau can hide behind those guys, and he's so shifty how he can get out in the open field real easily and make some plays. But don't even kid yourself. The offensive line for the SAGU Lions is easily over 300 pounds. So there could be some beef getting thrown around out there on the field. So this is going to be a lot of fun to watch.
We are underway here at Lumpkin Stadium. Ball out to 15-20, open room 25-30, still on his feet.
Oh, no.
Down past the 40, near
fumble.
midfield, a fumble on the play. And I think it may have went out of bounds.
It did went out of bounds, and it's going to be TLU's ball. They opened up the sideline nearest to the Bulldogs side of the field with their kickoff return. There was an open gap. He had an opportunity to take that one to the house. Luckily, the Lions were there to tackle him. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the 46-yard line. Looks like the Bulldogs are coming out and definitely in a spread-looking formation. 2 in the backfield.
1st and 10 from the 42. It's quarterback Trenton White. Here's a screen pass, incomplete.
Oh, that's a fumble. I thought he threw it backwards. They were trying to get the ball into Bureau's hands right off the bat, put him in motion, threw a little swing pass. So Bureau in the open field be a tough kid to bring down. 2nd and 10. Lions are doing well right now in a 4-down lineman. Looks like a 4-2-5 set for the Lions today. We'll see if those down linemen get some penetration.
handoff. It's Marquise Barole, and he is shut down.
He just got smacked.
Ethan Eastwood says no thank you.
That was beautiful by the Lions defense.
Look at this. He just barreled right through and met Mr. Eastwood, number 50, right near midfield and drove him back.
Fantastic hit. They ran a little lead play to the left side. There was nothing going there. 3rd and 7.
Back to pass.
Oh, no.
Off to the right, pass incomplete, intended for Marquise Barole.
Tell you what, it looked like we were running a little man defense on SAGU. They ran those receivers off, and they were looking to try to throw a little swing pass to Marquise to get him in the open field. I'm pretty impressed with how the Lions held that possession right there. They only gave up 4 yards, maybe 3 yards. That's fantastic. Now SAGU is coming out on the field for their kick return. Looks like big number 8 is back there to return the ball. 3 in the backfield. Looks like they're punting. Those 3 Bulls are going to protect the punter. So we'll see. Maybe we can get a bad snap over his head.
There's the punt at the 40, nearly blocked. And it hits around the 23-yard line.
If you're in purple right now, you better get away from that ball. That's what the coaches are yelling on the sideline, I'm sure. SAGU's going to come out. Got the freshman quarterback. I'm excited to see him.
A true freshman.
It's fantastic to be able to come in and be, what is this, his 3rd college football game?
That's it, number 3.
That's fantastic. I'm ready to see this 3-back set with those Lions. Taking that care of TLU's defense. I tell you, Big Doolittle, that defensive end for the Bulldogs, he's pretty salty individual. I'd like to see
there you
how
see
they're
the starting
him.
lineup for the Lions.
Looks like 2 in the backfield. Little spread set.
Watch out for Griffin. He'll get the start, but you'll see plenty of action from Hopkins and Eric as well as the game unfolds. 1st and 10 from the 16. Quick pass and nearly picked off, and it was picked off, then dropped. That's number 18 for TLU.
It looked like SAGU thought he was playing a little bit further off than he was. That defender really broke on the ball pretty fast.
Donald St. Anne, the sophomore from Schertz, Texas, nearly had a pick 6.
He could have had a pick 6 easily. Got 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers. Looks like they're rolling up their coverage to tighten up his man. Oh, here we go.
Keep it inside. He's on the loose. Still on his feet, down to the 42-yard line. It's James Hopkins.
What a fantastic zone play to the right. What are the referees? Oh, they dropped some laundry on the field. Looks like there's a flag. They're telling the yard markers to stay back. That's not ever a good sign for the offense. Looks like the Lions are going to get caught up in some kind of penalty here. But I tell you what, the offensive line sure looked good on that play. Zone play to the right. They were moving that defensive line back. He scampered off for a good 15 yards before the penalty. Oh, looks like holding on.
Might be against the Lions, Brian.
Yeah, I think it's holding on the Lions.
Wow, that's painful. Negates a wonderful run by James Hopkins.
That was a fantastic run, and even though they had a penalty, the good thing is that the Lions know they can run the football on these guys. And like we said in pregame, those Lions, they average over 300 pounds, so it's not like they're just little kids out there. They're going to move that defensive line around and give them opportunity to run the ball. 2 tight end set, 2 receivers. See how they defend this by the Bulldogs.
Back to pass. Collins rolls left, throws, and overthrows his man. Pass intended. I think that could have been Shelley. Yeah, the senior, Caleb Shelley.
That was
a little play action.
Play action. He booted away from that zone. That defense, or the tight end was dragging across, but the linebacker looked like he was right there with him. Just barely tipped out of his fingers. 3rd and 7. It's still doable here for the Lions to get a first down. I'd like to see what they have in store. Looks like we got still got the 2 tight ends set, 2 receivers over to the side, and got a pistol formation in the backfield.
Back to pass. Collins going to go deep. He's got a man and overthrows Dylan Moore. Pass intended for the senior from Denton, Texas, out of Denton Guyer High School. That'll bring up 4th down and 6, and the Lions have to punt the ball back to the Bulldogs.
I tell you, the freshman was looking for the big throw. I think the out route by the number 2 receiver was open. I bet you Coach Godding saw that on the sidelines, and I assure you that the Lions will come back to him. But I was very impressed that they were able to move that football with that zone play the first play. So let's see how they do back on defense. Oh, that was a high snap. What a great catch.
A high kick. Going to be fielded near the 40-yard
line.
Oh,
he dropped it.
Fumble. And he picks it back up again, and he is then wrapped up and pulled down, and another fumble. This could be a live ball.
Oh.
He's going to go ahead and run it in.
Hey, run it in until they
Deontay Morris ran it in, but they're going to whistle it dead at the 35-yard line, and the Bulldogs just escaped a huge mistake.
I tell you, Ivan Jones from Fort Worth, Texas, North Crowley High School, he just flat out body slammed the guy returning the ball. That was beautiful. Almost caused a fumble, almost caused a big play for the Lions to pick up the ball and run it in for a touchdown. That was very nice to see. These Lions are ready to play. They are not intimidated whatsoever by these Bulldogs.
There it is. Right there was the wrap-up, and before his knees were down, well, you know what? I think the ground caused the contact, so
it was nice to see that body slam. Here's Bourreau, a little zone to the outside, stretched it out. Probably about 3 or 4, probably a 3-yard gain. Not too bad for the Lions. Looks like the strong safety rolled down and made a quick play, wrapped him up, struck him for only about a 3-yard gain, possibly 4. Trip set up top. Looks like they're trying to spread the Lions out, maybe to run this football, maybe a screen pass. Saw a lot of that on film.
2nd and 5. Trenton White snaps for the ball.
Oh, he's throwing it. He threw it in. Oh, that was dangerous.
Pass complete to Lewis Williams II, the senior from Houston. Was a dangerous throw in traffic, but it's good enough for a Bulldogs first down.
Fake the zone, a little quick hitch route, and they're hurrying up the offense here. Flag on the play.
Bourreau near midfield, down to the 45-yard line.
I don't think they were set. I don't think the offense was set. I think they were too much in a hurry, and there's a flag on the play. They try to run the stretch off to the left.
Kyle Flood on the tackle.
Oh, well, they threw a flag on the Lions, it looks like.
We'll wait to see the official call. Here it is again. It could have been the hit right there.
Oh, mercy.
Oh, we're looking back at the...
look at this body slam.
We're looking back at the punt return.
That was beautiful. That's going to be on the highlight reel. I guarantee you at the banquet SAGU Lions have, that's going to be a play that everybody's going to go ooh and ah on.
Yvonne Ortega-Jones.
1st and 5.
White, screen pass. Pass complete at 50-yard line and pushing forward into Lions territory. It's number 7, Caleb Oliver.
That's just that's basically just a quick handoff. Instead of handing the ball off, they're just going to throw it out quick, and the guy's going to get it blocked and start running. That's spread offense for you.
No huddle.
Flag again. I don't think they were set this time. I think they, I don't know, looks like the referee's pointing over to the sideline. Oh, we got time out. SAGU Lions. 2nd and short, they're going to get together in conference on how they're going to take care of this. Like I said in pregame, they're trying to spread the Lions out with formations. The Lions have to respect it because they've got those 4 receivers that have scored this year. So they're spreading the Lions out and trying to run the ball with Bourreau.
You see their defensive coordinator, John Allen, talking things over with his 4-3 defense.
Coach Allen, he's got a test with a 3-week-in-a-row player of the week, Mr. Bourreau in the backfield. He's got a test, and his Lions are holding on right now. They're doing a great job.
How rare is that to win the player of the week 3 times in the first 3 weeks of the season in the conference? That tells you the strength of this young running back.
I tell you, the kid had close to 600 yards rushing already. He is a stud at 5'4", 150 pounds. I'd like to see him run behind big number 78, Matt Hochstrasser. He's a big old boy himself, 6'8", 260 pounds. That is a man. I've looked up to that kid.
It is 2nd and 3, ball at the 44-yard line. And it's Marquise again, spins around, gets out of trouble, and then
fumble!
Loose ball, look out, Lions. Thought they had
fighting
it,
for it
and it
still.
looks like the Bulldogs are going to fall on it, and about 3 or 4 Lions were all around that ball, but it just wouldn't stop moving around. Here it is again. Boot roll, stripped from behind, right there as he's ripped.
Rip that ball out.
And
Ball control.
several Lions had a chance to get it, including Deontay Morrison right there.
Oh, mercy.
Had 11 tackles last week.
The
Slipped out of his hands,
best
and
thing
by
about
this
it-
point, it was the Bulldogs' ball.
Yeah, best thing about it, makes it 3rd and 13. They're with the trip set back here on the field. Looking for the long ball. Perfect.
Complete.
Coach Allen has to be proud of his boys. I tell you what, SAGU's Lions right there, that was incredible defensive play. It was 2nd and short, and then they try to run the ball, and they strip the ball, and it's 3rd and 13, and great coverage for the Lions there. The one thing that I think SAGU needs to notice, when that quarterback handed that ball off to Marquise, he was looking to hold it. I don't know if they had the defensive end watching that quarterback, so it was a zone read. That quarterback here in the future will probably pull that ball and run, so I bet you Coach Allen's just talking to the boys about that on the sidelines.
Deontay Morrison and Jeremy McDonald are the kick punt returners. I think it's going to be a fair catch at the 11-yard line from Deontay Morrison. Spends most of his time on defense, as we know. We mentioned in pregame the free safety. Also is asked to return punts.
Well, I'm ready to see those big offensive linemen, Grimes, Lopez, and Griffin, and their fellow brothers out there moving these defensive linemen back. I haven't seen Doolittle get in much on defense. I'm expecting to see something out of him, leading or 2nd in the nation right now in sacks in Division III football.
He wears number 96. Watch out for him a lot. Brian Doolittle.
Oh, he doesn't do little. He does a lot, doesn't he?
Out of Langham Creek High School in the Houston area.
Cy-Fair. I played Langham Creek when I was in high school, when I went to Klein High School. That's good football down there in Houston area.
1st and 10 from the 11. Look at this. C.J. Collins in the shotgun.
There you
Quick
go.
pass, screen pass complete.
They're playing way off of him. Instead of going to a little bubble screen, I think just a little quick 2 or 3 yard hitch.
Andres Brewster on the catch.
Brewster could definitely get some yards. He just couldn't get outside of his receiver block right there. They rolled down on the defense, and they gave him a pretty good shot right there.
We'll bring up 2nd and 8 from the 13. A 2-yard pickup.
I wonder if they're going to come with the inside zone here.
Collins will keep it himself. He's got room to run. Still on his feet and dips his head down past the 20-yard line. Near the 21, that's almost a first down. It's going to be 3rd and short.
That was a beautiful read by the quarterback. He faked the zone. He read number 37, that defensive end for the Bulldogs. He read Ethan Powell, and Powell jumped on that zone play, and the quarterback kept it almost for a first down, 3rd and short. We'll see what happens here. Oh, there's 3 in the backfield now.
Clogging up the middle. It's a direct snap.
Little
For the running
wildcat.
back. It's Troy Griffin. They did that quite a bit the last couple of seasons, Brian. The direct snap to the running back. Here it is again. And you see Griffin just steps in front of the ball, works his way outside. Good pickup.
I tell you what, all you young football players at home, if you just saw him put 2 hands on the ball as soon as he got in that traffic, that was beautiful. Little wildcat offense, direct snap to the running back. Those linemen pushed him back just enough to get a first down. Fantastic football.
Andres Brewster, wide at the top of your screen.
Play action.
Collins looking for Brewster. Instead, he actually looked over and found Shelley in the middle of the seam, but incomplete pass.
Just dropped it. I knew that the defense was going to bite on that zone play, and he was wide open. You said that was Shelley, the tight end, the big senior, 6'4". What a big guy. He just narrowly dropped the ball.
2nd down and 10 from the 29-yard line. Lions looking to make the most of a slow start from TLU.
Oh, here's that 3 running back set we talked about earlier.
McDonald, top of your screen. 3 running back set. It's the handoff up the middle. Pushing the power forward to the 36-yard line.
That is plain and simple power football right there. They have the near back. The linemen are blocking down to the right side. That near back is kicking out the defensive end. That far back on the backside is rolling up on that play side linebacker. And it's just, they call it power O. When I was a head football coach, I called that 45 power O. That was a beautiful play.
James Hopkins on the carry.
Hey, 3 in the backfield again. I like this kind of football. They're controlling the clock.
Look at this. Absolutely.
There
Collins
it is again.
will give it to Hopkins.
I think he got it. Just power O to the right, block down, kick out. That's beautiful stuff. Hey, gobble up the clock right now. If they can control the game possession, the time of possession.
We mentioned in pregame, the 3 running backs, when the clock's running, when you're running the ball, that keeps that potent Bulldog offense, namely Burrell, off that field, and that's what you want.
Also gives the SAGU Lions a little bit of rest on the defense side.
Collins now hands it off to Hopkins again. He's free near midfield and trips up just inside Bulldog territory. First down, Lions. The chains are moving here.
They just went with a three receiver set, and they ran power O again with 2 in the backfield. Block down, kick out.
How about that move?
I don't know if TLU doesn't need a little defensive timeout. Those guys look a little shaken right now.
Love the energy from the purple. And I guess they're purple and white tonight. Purple and gold, purple and white will be our colors tonight. Hopkins again, 3rd straight call.
I tell you what,
Maybe
you don't stop running the play until the defense stops it. They ran the same play just out of different formations 4 times in a row. They finally stopped it on defense. But one thing I'm noticing, look at those defensive linemen putting their hands on their hips. That means they're getting a little bit tired. The SAGU Lions are wearing down the big boys on the defensive line for the Bulldogs.
Two-way 235, one-way's 275, one-way's 204, so not an overly large defensive line.
Play action pass.
Collins points left, then throws left. He's got a man. Dylan Moore!
He caught it!
Did he hold on to it? He did! An amazing catch from Dylan Moore!
That was a hitch and go. He faked the pass to him. He faked that hitch route to him, and then he just went and, wow,
elevated 1 foot in. There it is.
That's beautiful.
Oh, my. Lions are on the prowl here in the first quarter. 7:35 and clicking. Ball at the 24-yard line. Lions already in field goal position. Collins rolls right, looks right, throws. Got a man open. Just overthrew Jeremy McDonald.
That tight end, 2 tight end set, a little sprint out pass to the right. Looked like one of the linebackers slipped through on the inside and made him hurry his throw. I think they might come back to that set right there. He looked close to being wide open. That was a beautiful play. I tell you what, the offense right now is controlling the football. They're controlling the clock. They're controlling the time possession. This is good football right now. TLU's got to come back with something big here to get this stopped.
Second
there we
attempt
go.
from 24.
That's a free play.
Sure is. Well, they blew the whistle. That's not very nice.
That would look to me like a free play at least. Hey, that's a 5-yard gain. Let's get them to do that a couple more times, and SAGU will be moving the ball for sure.
Lions looking good against the Bulldogs, ready to erase that 3-0 all-time series record. They want to post a win, not just against the Bulldogs, but against the 2014 campaign.
I tell you what, when they get a little conference with 4 referees right now, this might not be good for the offense. They might say the offense might have tried to pull them off sides, but goodness, guys, we gotta make that call. They've got the ball rolling right now. Let's not slow them down by having a little talk.
As a former coach, what does that do to an offense when you're moving the ball and suddenly you have to stop and listen to 4 referees chit-chat?
Well, they're definitely slowing the momentum of the game. And right now, if I was that offense coordinator, I'd be saying, let's go, guys. Put the ball down so I can call another play. And it also gives the Bulldogs an opportunity.
5-yard penalty.
All that is going to be against the defense. You saw it, and that's what the rest ended up seeing as well.
Well, it gives the defense some time to rest. I'd be a little frustrated if I was the offense coordinator, but here we go.
2nd and 5.
2nd and 5, 2 tight end set.
24-yard line. Collins in the pistol.
Here we go again.
Set back. And now that's got to be a free play. Pass in the end zone.
Oh,
and it was
defense.
intended for Andres Brewster, but that'll tack on 5 more yards if it's indeed another defensive penalty.
Other than the power O, this has been the best play for offense. The Bulldogs just keep jumping off sides, and the Lions are just getting free yardage. It should be close to a first down right here.
Brewster, a 6-foot wide receiver from El Paso, Texas. Just a sophomore, getting plenty of looks today from the freshman, the true freshman, C.J. Collins. Collins is out of Bosqueville, Texas, Bosqueville High School.
Well, if it being 2nd and short, they might take a little, here's their timeout. I bet you they finally called it. No, it's 1st down. I was thinking if it
They had to move the chains.
If it was 2nd and short, I would have gone with a play action pass and try to get a quick score and then maybe come back to a run and play on 3rd down, but they got a 1st down out of it. Look how many guys they got in the box on defense.
Eric Smith behind Collins in the single setback. Smith with the ball, good for maybe 1.
They had close to 9 people in the box. So when I say the box, that's between the tight ends. There were 9 defenders in the box at the time for that run and play. It might be a time to spread the offense out a little bit and get all those guys out of the box and maybe
a bootleg or play action.
Could be a quick play action pass. They've had some luck with it so far. Oh, here we go.
They're going to stack the box again.
Wildcat, maybe?
Here they come.
Oh, a little trickeration.
And we're going to shift, spread the receivers out more at the top of your screen. McDonald at the bottom. Smith behind Collins.
Here we go.
Pass left in the end zone. Looking for McDonald, overthrew everything.
I tell you what, that defender was all over him, but look at him in size. Looks like
Donald St. Anne.
McDonald had 2 or 3 inches on that young gentleman. I bet you they might come back to it and have a little jump ball contest, and McDonald's going to get a touchdown out of that. 3rd and long.
3rd and 10. Ball at the 14-yard line.
I don't know if they won't come back to that sprint out pass they had some success with earlier. They're in that same formation. 2 tight end set, 2 receivers.
Collins, quick pass.
There it is.
Oh, how about that touchdown, Lions? Andres
Beautiful.
Brewster snagged it from behind and just danced his way into the end zone. Lions up early, 6-0. Here it is again behind him. What a catch.
That was amazing.
Are you kidding me?
Threw on his back hip.
How about that?
This tight end, number 5, that little out route he does just opens up the quick slant.
Kept his balance. He took ballet in high school, apparently, because it
must
worked on
have.
that play.
I tell you, Brewster's Millions. That was a beautiful catch there by Andre. That was great. I tell you, the Lions are not backing down from this
The extra point
23-ranked defense.
Good. That's Chad Darren with the PAT from Rowlett, Texas. Give the Lions an early and improbable 7-0 lead against this undefeated Bulldog team that has to be a little bit bewildered right now.
I think they're definitely bewildered with 6 minutes and 19 seconds left. About to have a media timeout.
We'll be right back after this quick break. Lions up early, 7-0 here at Lumpkin Stadium. You're watching SAGU Sports Network. Stay with us. 6:19 left in the first quarter, and they're on the board with a 7-0 lead, and the Bulldogs now behind for probably the first time this season. We'll have to check on that, but this may be their first deficit of the entire season.
I'll tell you one thing, when you are a ranked team and you're going against a team that you've beat multiple times, sometimes you come in with a little too big of a head, and right now the Lions took advantage of it. What a beautiful kick.
Deeren just
Holy
sends that
cow.
one. That
Out
was
of the
outside
end
the
zone.
entire end zone.
Wow.
Chris Deeren with the boot, the sophomore from Rowlett.
All right, it's time for the SAGU Lions they've had plenty of rest to stop this monster Boo Rowe in the backfield. Now I'm ready. I'm really thinking this quarterback, it's about time for the quarterback to start unleashing some throws, definitely some quick screen game. Trenton White, he's coming in the season so far with, I don't know, maybe close to 700 yards passing. He can throw the ball now. It's not all just Boo Rowe. Little zone play off to the right side. There was 2 in the backfield there. The Lions gobbled that up with their 4-3 defensive look.
Let's go down now to Adam Ferguson. Adam, what do you got?
Thanks, Rob. I'm here with SAGU volleyball head coach Hank Moore. Now, Coach Moore, you had back-to-back 3-0 set wins here with your women's volleyball team. Tell me how you feel about the last week your volleyball team has played.
Kids have played real well, doing some good things. They're getting better and better. Playing a lot of young kids, so it takes some time for them to get in there and learn the college game. It's a different pace and different speed, but they're doing real well. We're very excited about what's going on.
Now, what are your thoughts? Tell us your thoughts about being out here for SAGU's first home game, playing a tough TLU team. They're up right now, trying to get their first win on the season. Tell us your thoughts so far.
Well, defense looks very, very strong. When you can get them to 3 and out, that's good. That's good defense. The offense moving the ball. Great catch right there. Young man made a great catch. That should be on Sports Center. That's a da-da-da. Great catch. Kids look good.
Thank you, Coach. Back to you, Ra.
We've had an athlete on SportsCenter before. Caleb Gentry was on a couple years ago with an outstanding move down up in Kansas City at the NAI basketball tournament. But you're right, that could be a candidate. An amazing catch, athletic play from Andres Brewster gives the Lions a 7-0 lead. Now let's see if the Bulldogs can respond. It's 2nd 13, ball at the 22-yard line.
Little trip set up top. They're definitely spreading the defense with their formations. Boudreaux's not in the game right now. Wonder what's happened to him.
White back to pass. Complete near the 31. Down, it's Caleb Oliver down to about the 35-yard line.
They got to have a defensive line that's got to get a little more pressure on the quarterback. He had way too much time to dissect the defense. It was pretty well covered by the defense, but they slipped in there and got a quick first down.
4 down linemen for defensive coach Jeff Allen. White will keep it himself, and he is met near the line of scrimmage.
Now that
maybe a gain of 1 or 2.
That wasn't so much the zone read that I'd mentioned earlier before, but White can run too. There's just not Boudreaux's the only kid that can run for them. Their quarterback can run.
He's a junior out of Saxe, Texas, the north part of the DFW area. 2nd and 7.
Looking over to the sideline to get a play from their coach. Really surprised that Marquis sitting in there right now. Their stud running back.
White.
Play action.
Slings it.
He dropped it.
I think he dropped that ball. I think you're right. Lewis Williams had it and
it looks
just
like
kind of slipped through his hands.
The defensive front, the linebackers all bid on that zone, and that's why they thought they had an opportunity with that quick pass. If he would have caught it, he would have had some yards. 3rd and 7. Little trip set over here on the right side.
Now they may be changing the play.
They are. I haven't figured out their cadence yet. I know the quarterback pointed down there, and then he looks back to the coach, points to the ground, and then claps his hands when he wants the ball.
Handoff around the left side.
Oh, my. Ran a stretch to the left side. And
A.J. Salcedo.
Salcedo got outside. Look at that big old left tackle, number 78, Matt Hochstrasser. He is 6'8", 265 pounds. He hooked that play side defensive end, number 49, for the Lions, and opened up a big running opportunity for
Matt Leiter.
Bulldogs. Matt Leiter. I was looking.
White back to pass again.
He's got too much time.
Slings it down.
He's intercepted it. Oh, he dropped it.
He had it in his hands. He can't believe it. That's who was that, number 10 for the Lions?
Number 10 for the Lions.
No, that's not number 10. It should be, I think that's 16.
That was a beautiful defensive play.
Carl Morgan.
That was awesome.
It was Morgan.
I think that SAGU just got a little bit of pressure on him. He had to hurry the ball a little bit. And it's 2nd and 10 now. And still, Boudreaux's on the sideline. That's definitely helping out the Lions defense. A little double set. 2 receivers on both sides. Back to that stretch play. Defensive linebacker number 33 for the
Howarth.
The Lions. Howarth. He scraped across from his linebacker spot and tackled and wrapped him up. That was a beautiful defensive play. Trying to strip the ball. Look at it.
Yeah, Salcedo just ripped out of bounds.
3rd and
Salcedo
short.
Again.
Oh, he's
short. He's not going to make it. And the Lions hold.
A little decision time on the sideline. They're in the Lions' side of the field.
4th and about 1.5 yards. So, Brian, you just mentioned it. Decision time.
Looks like they're going for it.
Punch it through here and maybe put the ball into your big man's hands, Marquis Boudreaux or Salcedo? It's Salcedo.
Back. I think he
it's going to be really close. I think he got it, but they're going to. It all depends where the spot is, of course. But he fell right down near the 10-yard line.
Definitely.
Big hole in the right side. Dropped his head. You want to get down the ground as fast as you can at that point, with your knees fully extended, and we'll see where they mark it. It's going to be really, really close.
First down looks like. That was good hard play by Salcedo. Boudreaux's back in the game. Looks like the defensive front is switching out. They better hurry up and get ready. 4 down linemen.
It's Marquis Boudreaux. and he's got nowhere and escapes out of nowhere, gets a gain of maybe 1 or 2. Boy, he is elusive, even when he's surrounded by a bunch of purple jerseys.
Well, with just 2-yard gain, look at him skip and hop and jump around. He is a quick little guy. I imagine they're going to try to get him on the outside here pretty quick. Maybe a stretch play or play action play right now.
2nd and 9. Trenton White in the shotgun. Steps into the pocket, slings
Beautiful
it right
throw.
side, pass complete. Down the right side, shoves off his defender is Lewis Williams II. A big pickup
Big
for
senior.
TLU.
Big senior running about a 15-yard curl route.
Not a great pass.
Not a great pass. SAGU didn't break down, make the tackle. They were there to make the play, but he slipped on the turf. The turf monster got him, number 37 for SAGU.
9-yard line. Big pickup.
It's a huge pickup. Defense got to
30 yards.
crack down right here, make some big plays. A little motion in the backfield.
It's going to be Marquise Barol down to the 6.
Straight up the middle, running a little lead play to the left side. Defense is gobbled up. He has not gotten any yards on the inside of this defense. Looks like he might be hobbling a little bit, holding his ankle, but he's not getting much yards up the middle. They're going to have to try to get him outside with a screen pass or possibly a stretch play like Salcedo had some success with. That defense is stout. The Lions are stout in the middle right now.
You want to try to hold the Bulldogs to a field goal at this point if you're the Lions, for at least a moral victory, as the Bulldogs are definitely trying to equal things up here. We're just about a minute and a half left to play. It's Barol. He's free, tripped up. That would have been a touchdown. But he was tripped up at the 2.
They had 3 receivers to the top side, which really pushed SAGU's defense over there, and they ran to the weak side with
the
a little
linebacker
zone
shift.
play.
Outside linebacker, shoestring tackle.
Shoestring tackle. Look, he's so close to the ground, he just put his hand down there, and he almost skipped out of that. 2nd or 3rd and short.
It may have been Van Kempen, 47.
Might come back with it.
Actually, it was House. Trips top left of your screen.
They're manned up on the defense. So you know those guys could run off those players easily.
Marquise Barol, left side. White looks left.
Hands up.
Hide in the end zone. Does he hold on? He does not hold
does not.
on.
Wow, I thought he had that. What a beautiful
Pass
defensive
intended
stop.
for Lewis Williams II. Good pass. He had the ball wrapped up in his shoulders. Here it is again.
Well, they're running little pick routes in there. They're rubbing each other, running their
2 hands on it. And look at the play from Deontay Morrison. Stuck his left hand in just enough to keep the ball from being secured by the receiver. And that brings up the field goal unit for the Bulldogs. Great stop by the Lions. Field goal is up, and it is good.
Oh, barely. Hit the pole and popped in. That is a moral victory right there for the Lions.
Casey Viator.
That was tough on that earlier in the series. It was 2nd and 13. They made that big play with Salcedo that got them that first down. The Bulldogs had some success there. Looks like to me they're going to be running a little more with those trip sets and double sets where they're moving people out of the box to give Marquise an opportunity to get to the outside roll. That quarterback, he's got some running ability also.
Check that. Tyler Brandenburg on the field goal cuts the lead to 7-3. We're under a minute to play in the first quarter at Lumpkins Stadium on a great, beautiful Texas fall night in Waxahachie, Texas, and the fans are happy at the Lions playing at the end of quarter number 1. Glad to be up 7-3. This time last year, it was about 7-0 when the rain began to fall in Seguin, Texas. By the second quarter, about a minute into the second quarter, they called it. Waited for 3 hours and then called it for good. And the Lions were down 14-7. So a different story tonight here in Waxahachie. Lions off to a great start.
Definitely nothing more upsetting to a kid and a player's put so much time in to have rain and lightning take away your opportunity to play. So it's a beautiful night. We're not going to have any storms tonight. Lions about to receive the ball.
Be McDonald and Morrison again. It's going to be McDonald on the left side, and he's going to let it go. It actually goes out of bounds. That'll be a penalty. That'll give the Lions great field position, Brian.
Fantastic field possession. And
that's just really an inexcusable mistake for a kicker. You know, the wind's not that strong here, and definitely not enough to push the ball out of bounds, but that's what happened. The Lions will get the ball, I believe it's the 35-yard line.
That's good field position. Definitely. I don't know if Coach Godding, if he doesn't want to just grind it out a little bit with his running game. They haven't really stopped his running game and hit him with a little play-action pass.
Right now the wind is still in the direction favoring the Lions, but only for another 49 seconds of game time. So we'll see how far the Lions can move the ball down the field while they have the wind at their backs.
Well, pistol set.
Collins hands it up the middle. I believe it's Hopkins.
Yeah, they gobbled it up on the right side of the offense. Looked like big old number 44 was in there on the play, and also I think Doolittle sniffed that play out pretty quickly.
Daniel Brinson, number 94, also in on the tackle.
2nd and 10. I don't know if they just don't let this run out. They're going to have to play it. There's a second difference. Looks like
tight formation. McDonald coming in motion. He may go to McDonald. Why not? He does go to McDonald. He's got him open.
He caught it.
Oh, my goodness.
Little flag there.
And we're going to see a penalty, but did you see how McDonald almost caught that ball behind the back of the defender, Jordan Sims? Jim's going to be Sims flagged for a penalty, I think. But look at this. Take a look at the football here.
That's a one-man pass route.
He had it.
I don't know if he might have.
Until off his shoulder pad when they both hit the ground.
How incredible it would have been if he could have just clamped down on it and caught it on the back of that guy.
That would have made Sports Center. That would have been number one. We would have sent that up to Connecticut immediately.
That would have been beautiful. 5 seconds left. It doesn't look like the clock's going to run. 1st and 10 at midfield for the Lions.
Well, I think they did that because of the wind right there. Why not? One shot down the end zone. You get 15 yards out of the deal, so now it brings up 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. Collins in the pistol again. 2 set back, and it's going to be Hopkins. They're on the right side. Scuffles forward to the 47-yard line, and that will end quarter number 1 here at Lumpkin Stadium. Lions up 7-3.
In the first quarter.
Well, one thing we did talk about in the beginning of the game was how penalized these Bulldogs have been, and they've really shown that today. A lot of silly mistakes and penalties that have given the Lions a lot of good opportunities. 7-3 after one quarter. I know a lot of these Lions fans are pretty pumped up in the stands right now. Number 23 ranked TLU Bulldogs right now are definitely having all that they need for
this game. Let's take you down now. We have a minute break of the action. Down now to Adam Ferguson. Adam, where are you at?
Now, Dion, how do you feel in the first home game?
It's super exciting. We've been away for 2 weeks, so it's nice to finally be home. We're going to have 4 home games in a row, so it's just a super exciting time for football.
Now, it is your last here at SAGU on the rest of the season.
I think it's exciting right now, but I think it will be bittersweet as the time goes on. It's a sad time, but it's exciting at the same time. So.
Thank you, Dion.
Yeah, the crowd's out. You hear the band playing. Lions up, playing well against the number 21 ranked team in the nation. And on the march again, ball near midfield, 2nd and 7. Here comes Collins.
There it is. A little misdirection in the backfield.
Misdirection. That's why he had the 2 running backs. It was going to be Hopkins first. He pulled it back, gave it to Troy Griffin instead.
There was a great opportunity on the left side. If 72 could have kicked out that defensive end just a little bit more, there was an opportunity. That's that power O play they've been running all day. They haven't stopped it yet, so you might as well keep running it.
Run till they find a way to prevent it. As that clock just keeps ticking away.
Then you change the formation and run it a different way. That's what I would do. 3 in the backfield. I bet you there's play action pass written all over this. Yep.
You got it. Up the middle.
Oh!
And picked off.
Mercy.
Deflected and picked off by one linebacker to the next. And an unfortunate play. You called it. It was set up beautifully. Here it is again. There's a play action pass, and how about the nice defensive play?
That was incredible.
Right up the
linebacker.
middle. We'll try to get a number on that for you.
I bet you a parent in the stands knows the number of
That
their
was
baby
Darian
that did that.
Candler, the linebacker, the sophomore from Humble, Texas. Essentially caused that ball to go up in the air, and it was picked off in the air by, I think, one of his other linebackers.
That was an incredible play. Definitely, they had play action written all over it. 3rd and 5. Defense smelled that out really quickly.
So here comes Trenton White. Ball at the 45, man in motion. Pass, I guess a little pitch, I should say, down near 45 of the Lions. That's number 2, J.B. Brown on the pitch.
Yeah, instead of just handing the ball off, they pitch it forward. And if he would have dropped it when they pitched it forward, that they could have considered a pass.
It is technically a pass. That's what I was saying.
So,
It's a pass, but not really. It's a pitch. Pitch forward. Now there's a handoff. It's Marquise Barol, stops in his tracks, spins back forward, down to the 41-yard line.
Got about 6 yards, running a stretch play to the left side, trying to get outside.
Cut back up.
Then cut back inside. And you can't do that because that's where all the defense is coming on pursuit. About a 4-yard gain. They'll take 4 yards a pop every time.
Led by Etheridge Brooks, 95 in the middle. You see him right there in that 4-3 defense. The big man in the middle.
Pass
They
time.
need to get some pressure on White. White all kinds of time.
Oh,
Now
they're
has to
holding him.
scramble left, throws left, and pass incomplete, out of bounds, intended for Caleb Oliver. You saw a flag. I think you're
mercy.
right. That's going to cost the Bulldogs 5 yards.
Number 49 for the Lions is just getting
There it is right there on your screen.
held
78.
like crazy.
There's the whistle right there of
Big
the
Matt.
flag. Matt Hochstrasser.
Hochstrasser just grabbed him. It was hugging him all over the place. That's a loss of 10. That's fantastic for the Lions.
Was grabbing Matt Leiter.
Oh, Matt was doing everything he could do to get away from the big man's paws.
Matt versus Matt.
Big Matt, little Matt. Hochstrasser is huge, and sometimes being that big, the referees are going to watch you a little bit closer.
Absolutely.
2nd and 16. Little trip set up top. Wonder what the Bulldogs have in store.
White. Play
Pass,
action
screen
pass.
pass.
Screen pass complete to the 49. Still on his feet, down to the 44-yard line. Pass complete.
Little jailbreak screen to
J.B.
the
Brown.
inside. He sets up, throws to the outside, and the linemen are coming to.
Nice containment there by number 73. Good work by Eddie Scott for TLU to seal off Eastwood.
Eddie did a fantastic job, but I tell you what, 3rd and 9, these Lions are excited about this. And if they can shut them down right here, it looks like they're manned up pretty tight up top.
Lions bring 4. White now's got to move.
Burrell's
Left, now
wide
right.
open.
Burrell still on his feet. Got the first down and more. There he is, showing off his skills. That's why he's one of the top running backs in the NCAA Division II. Here it is again.
He slipped
Look
out
at the
of the
yards after
backfield.
catch here. Let's give it a count. He caught the ball around the 44, I believe it was.
Nobody stayed with him.
40, 42.
They
We're
come
back, we're back to live action
Yeah, they
now.
came back right to him, running stretch play with a loss of 1.
And that was a 16-yard pickup after he caught the ball on that previous play. So
And
Burrell showing his
The tough thing
skills.
is he's so shifty that the linebackers don't necessarily see him. He's only 5'4", so he slipped out of the backfield, and they lost him in traffic, and they just dumped the ball off to him, and he made a great athletic play. He's a fantastic athlete.
We've not called Shaquem Taylor's number very often. He needs to get active here. Number 21, Shaquem Taylor, as well as Deontay Morrison. Quick screen pass complete to Saucedo. He's got running room, and he's got all kinds of room into the end zone. A.J. Saucedo puts the Bulldogs on top.
Little bubble screen for the receiver or the running back in the backfield, and basically, I know that's a pass, but that's basically just like the old toss play that you'd get in I formation and toss it to your running back. He just slips out about 3 or 4 yards. The quarterback throws him the ball. Those receivers block their tail off, and he scored. That was a beautiful play by the Bulldogs. Lions need to regroup on the sideline, figure out what they need to do. Looks like they are spreading them out formation-wise and throwing it to their backs and running it with their backs in the backfield, making the Lions adjust on defense. A lot of man football. If you're running man on defense,
shed a tackler right there. That was it. Gone.
If they're running man on defense, they're just going to continue to be shifty with their running backs, either in the middle of the field or little bubble screens to the outside. Definitely using Saucedo a lot more than they've done in previous 3 games. It's been the Bureau show, but today Saucedo's doing pretty good himself.
So, the Bulldogs grabbed the lead for the first time after trailing 7-0 early when the Lions scored with 6:19 left in the first quarter. Then a field goal near the end of the first quarter cut the lead to 4, and now the Bulldogs enjoyed their first lead of the ball game at 10-7.
And don't forget, the Lions were moving the ball. It was 3rd and 5. They were marching it down the field, and that play-action pass got picked off. That gave the Bulldogs such great opportunity to score. So I see the Lions able to move the ball. They're going to come back. This game is far from being over. These Lions aren't backing down offensively or defensively.
Oh, this is going to be a very competitive game. You can feel it right now. The Lions are in this to win it. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they marched down the field with at least a field goal or maybe another touchdown to show for it. Just the one interception, which was really a deflection. Wasn't a bad pass from Collins, but great defensive effort by the linebackers. And the ball's going to be fielded and taken from the end zone. It's Dante Morrison out to the 13-yard line. He kind of hesitated for a moment there. Shouldn't I?
When you catch it 2 or 3 yards deep in the end zone, the ball was kicked so high that the Bulldogs were able to get down there and get on top of them pretty quick. Only made 12 yards. I don't know if I wouldn't have let that one go and come out on the 20. I bet he's coached up a little bit on the sideline to maybe let that one go in the future. All right, those big offensive linemen rumbling out on the field, wondering if they're going to run the ball on these Bulldogs right now. Sure is a lot of guys in the box right now. It might be a good time to a little quick screen or something.
The handoff
Beautiful.
to Hopkins. And he's shown some elusivity down to the 19.
I'll tell you what, it was just a little lead play on the right side that he busted out and scampered to the outside. He got 6 or 7 yards. And he
shed one tackler.
Don't be afraid to just hammer him and pound that ball, because if you're pounding the ball right now, the clock is running and that TLU explosive offense is on the sideline.
Love it. If you're the Lions, you got to like it. Hopkins in the pistol. He's going to pass, steps up, throws, and looked like it may have been tipped or it just came off his hands kind of funny, but not a real tight spiral, and it went way over the intended receiver. I believe that was intended for Yannick Brock.
Well, Yannick had the route on the guy, ran a little curl hook to the outside. It was open. It was just not that great of a pass. They'll definitely come back to it in the future. 3rd and 4 right now.
Let's see if the Bulldogs rush. Oh, they got pulled off sides.
Oh, mercy.
And this may come back, though. This will likely come back, but
I don't see any flags on the field.
Really? Then it's promise, or check that, it's Jordan Sims with a touchdown interception, the pick 6, the 18-yard interception.
And the thing is the center snapped the ball. The center was the one that started the play, so it doesn't matter if they were offside if he snapped the ball.
There you go. That's why there's no flag. 18-yard interception. 10:56 remaining. Bulldogs looking to extend their lead.
And right now the Lions just need to shake it off. They're going to get the ball back here in a second and keep crunching on that clock. I'll tell you what. But with the defense scoring themselves, it's right now they're wearing the Lions down a little bit. But you know what? I bet you Coach Godding and his staff have an answer to it. And the Lions are going to come back and be competitive. And they're about to return the ball here. Hopefully the young man learned if the ball's kicked into the end zone and it's a really high kick,
let it go.
Let it go.
Be sure to keep up on all the social media sites we have for you. SAGU Sports Network is available to be accessed via the Facebook. There's the Twitter. There's Instagram. and the YouTube channel you can subscribe to stay connected. Pictures, stats, highlights, data, information, videos, all for you.
Well, Rob, do you
Social
have
media.
a Twitter account that all your fans can follow you on?
Millions.
Millions follow
I
you.
can't even keep track.
I understand. Just like you and LeBron James have so many people following y'all.
He's back home again. He's home again in Cleveland.
Home again.
He's lost like 20 pounds. He's on some kind of a no candy diet. You see that?
He's growing his hair out too. I don't know. He might be able to bring Cleveland their first title in a long time. The Browns couldn't do it.
They're 5-2 favorites to win the title. Miami's down to a 30-1 favorite. So you see the shift in power
Without a
from
doubt.
South Beach back up to the cold climate of Cleveland because of one man, LeBron James. But
he's amazing. The dude can play now.
Bulldogs kick it off deep.
Now, this is an opportunity to stay in the end zone.
Yes,
that
and he
kid.
does do that. Is that Morrison? Yeah, Deontay. The wiser man this time.
I think Deontay was coached up
I
on
think
the
he
sideline.
was told, yeah.
All right, it's going to come out on the 20-yard line with 11 minutes left in this half. Ready to see the Lions crunch down on them and take care of some business.
17 unanswered after the Lions scored on a 16-yard touchdown pass to Andres Brewster with 6:19 left in the first quarter. Since that time, it's been all Bulldogs.
Well, the young freshman has thrown 2 interceptions that have been costly. But I tell you what, he has also thrown some great footballs tonight, so I don't think he's going to be too shook up about those interceptions. He's going to shake them off and play football. Not sure what's going on with the referees.
Collins 6'4". He's a tall quarterback.
Definitely is.
190-pounder from, like we said, Bosqueville, Texas. He
That
hands the
power
ball
game.
off to Eric
There it is.
Smith,
Oh,
and a
hold on
fumble.
a-
He may have been
No, he
down,
was
though.
down.
Yeah, they're going to whistle him dead. Lucky for Eric. It was a good run. But
They've had-
thankfully, the ground did cause the contact. Here it is again, a
They're having a
pickup.
whole lot of success with this power play where they're just washing down, blocking down with their linemen. They're pulling a backside guard, and a fullback is going and kicking out play side defensive end.
A pickup of 4 to be 2nd and 6. Collins in the pistol. It's Eric Smith again. Now
That's
run the left
nice.
side.
Did you see that cross action in the backfield with that fullback coming across the quarterback and then running it to the left side? All that is the
Look
zone
at Drake
to
Dowling.
the left side.
You mentioned Drake Dowling in pregame. He came out of nowhere.
Nowhere. That cat can play now. He can intercept and run it
And
back, and
that
he'll come
replay
downhill and pop
that
you.
replay was in a little bit slow motion. He was still zipping through there.
A lot faster than I could do it. I guarantee you that. 3rd and short.
And
Power game again.
Wide out again, but that gets nowhere. That's going to be short by a good yard. Bring up 4th and 1, and I think they're going to have to punt this away. You're just too close into your own end zone to go for it. But you know what? You're down 10. Maybe you roll the dice. We'll see. Looks like they are going to bring out the punting unit.
It looked like he had
Chris
an
Deeren.
opportunity. It looked like he went a little bit too inside on his run. If he would have just bounced it one more gap, I think he had an opportunity to get that first down.
Now, Drake Dowling, we just called his name. He also returns punts, Brian. So coming off a nice tackle, you're fired up, you're pumped up. We'll see if he can translate good defense into some special teams offense as he's set to receive this punt from Chris Deeren, who stands at his 20. Now, a whistle before the kick.
There you go. Maybe a timeout by the Lions. I'm not sure what happened.
It is going to be a timeout. Lions.
That referee's hand signals. I don't know what he was about to do. That's why there was a pause. You know, you're not supposed to have a lot of dead air time on the TV, but he just had his hands there. I don't know if he was going to start dancing or what was going to go on, but 4th and short. Might have an
Well,
opportunity for a fake.
maybe I was going to say maybe you rethink your decision or set up a fake punt. Maybe try to draw them off sides. You know,
Right.
It's a chance just to kind of rethink the process. What you want to do here?
I don't know. With down by 10 with 9 minutes left, this game is not out of hand by any way. I don't know if you just don't punt the ball and play some good defense and try to hold the Bulldogs to having to punt back to you. A lot of times you got to play the field game, and the field game pushing them back instead of giving an opportunity on your side of the field could be a dangerous play if you ran a fake. And you know Coach Padron and his coaches just coached up a fake. So I don't foresee it happening.
We'll try it again here. Just about 9 minutes left. It's Chris Deeren set back to punt at the 20. Drake Dowling stands at his own 26. A good
That was a
punt.
high punt. Fair caught it.
Right at the 26. He had Chris Deeren dialed in. Didn't move an inch.
That was a good decision to punt it, but I'm not sure why they used a timeout to go ahead and punt it. That timeout might come back to haunt them. Hopefully not. They got one timeout left for the Lions, and the Bulldogs currently have 3 timeouts. Bulldogs coming back out on offense.
Bulldogs looking to go 4-0 on the season and move up the rankings. Now remember, this is an NCAA Division III ball club, whereas the Lions play in NAIA Division I. So Lions definitely the underdogs today. Here is 1st and 10 from the 26. It's A.J. Saucedo around the right side, stopped by Ethan Eastwood.
Stretch play to the right. Everybody locks on their man and moves them back with the offensive line. He picks a hole. Saucedo.
Quick pass, a screen pass complete to the 29 and wrapped up after a 3-yard gain.
The only problem, that play just didn't.
Demetrius Brock.
They faked the zone across, and he bubbled a little bit too deep. Then they threw the ball to where the defense could get to him, and they're running it to the short side of the field. When I say short side of the field, they're already all the way over there.
Yeah, you see
on
the
the
far
right
hash marks.
side of the.
I've always
hash
wondered
mark.
why do offenses sometimes play to the short side of the field. It seems like you're adding another defender, i.e. the sideline.
The sideline.
Why is that?
I don't know. I never did much.
There it is again, short side. Saucedo, pass
Stopped him
complete.
short.
Spun around a couple times, and he is not going to be.
Oh, they hammered him
at the first down marker. Great pass, or
Did he go out of bounds?
Great
Why is the
defense.
clock stopped?
Take a look at it again. Let's take a look and see if he went out of bounds.
Oh, 33. What a great hit. Oh, my
That's
goodness.
Jeff Howarth. May have just prevented a first down. I mean, he was inches away.
Oh, that referee has got to.
Are they going to give that extra little push at the end?
If they do, I'm going to be heartbroken for those Lions. That was a great play. It looks
They're
like they are.
Move the chains.
Well, Mr. Howarth was just a tad too short reacting to the ball on that play. If he would have reacted just a little bit quicker, I think they could have got him. 1st and 10. They're still on that right hash.
Trenton White sets a man in motion. Gives it
Roll
to.
again.
No, it's a play action. And pass complete. And still on his feet. Finally wrapped up. It's
13.
Deion Barnes.
Deion Barnes
Would not go down.
Fake the zone, and they run a little post route on there, that play action.
Little seam pass complete.
Got inside, and look at him protect that football.
There's 10
and
yards.
Drag. He is dragging
15
Lions.
yards.
Still dragging
There's
Lions.
20 yards after he caught the ball. He's still on his feet. 25 yards back to live action.
Touchdown.
Trenton White, touchdown game.
They came
right
back to the exact
pass,
same play.
Touchdown. Bulldogs.
same
It's
play.
Lewis Williams the second.
Looks like they're picking on the corner up top right now. Looks like the defense is biting down hard on the zone, and it is opening up quick slants and seam routes to outside receivers. That was a beautiful play called, dialed in. 23-7 right now, a little PAT action.
It's good, and the Lions now have had 24 straight points scored against them. And you've got to start settling down and making smart decisions with the football. Lions down 24-7. We'll be back after this quick break here. Lumpkin Stadium. You're watching SAGU Sports Live on the SAGU Sports Network. The Lions down 24-7. 24 straight points from the Bulldogs. And they moved the ball quick and often, really mixing it up well with the run and the pass, but really not a lot of Burrell. It's been a lot of some other names for the Bulldogs.
Big Saucedo has done incredible things in the backfield already tonight with some humongous runs, and the defense is really queuing in on run plays, and that's opening up the pass on play action plays for the Bulldogs. Another kick in the end zone. Good decision with taking the knee. All right, we got 7 minutes and 18 seconds. They need to get a good sustaining drive here. I would definitely want to eat as much clock up as possible, not to give TLU another opportunity to score before halftime.
Let's go down now quickly to Adam Ferguson. Adam, where are you at?
Thanks, Rob. I'm standing here with Professor Clancy Hayes and Vice President of Business David Williamson. I'm sorry. Now, Professor Clancy, SAGU Lions football team, what's been your favorite memory so far?
Is Holden McKinley. And watching my students enjoy themselves on the field, hitting each other, bleeding, coming into class with torn ACLs. It is just a wonderful.
First season here, watching the SAGU Lions play football. What do you?
To see these football teams, I haven't been to. I hope they get some more points on the board. I really love it when professors give me a kiss at the beginning of each game. That's really great. And last week I barbecue with President on our way back home. So it's exciting.
All right, thank you, Professor Hayes, Mr. Williamson. Back to you, Rob.
Thanks, Adam. Thanks, guys. Daniel Brinson on the tackle there.
Well, while they were away, the 2 run plays in a row by the Lions are gobbling up some clock here. It's going to be 3rd and short. You know, hopefully it's going to be an injury-free game. We definitely don't want anybody tearing their ACLs. I think I heard the interviewee say that. But anyway, we got 3rd and short or 3 in the backfield. Look at that monster at fullback. I bet you they're running to the right side. Power O play.
And a direct snap.
First down.
We'll actually check that. That's actually the other quarterback, Elijah Wright, was into the game. It kind of confused me because it wasn't Collins, but it was the backup quarterback, a better runner, and he does just what he's asked to do, get a first down for the Lions.
He is definitely shifty. Definitely want to hold on to this ball right now, run as much clock out as possible, down to 5 minutes and 50 seconds. Here's a good opportunity. The same play is going to be run again.
It's going to be Elijah again.
Yep, keep running. Keep
That's
trucking.
Like, it was the exact same play.
Hold on the ball.
Brian.
There you go. Hey, you run it until they stop it. And then you get a play-action pass off of it. Because if you run it enough, they're going to bite on that, and somebody's going to be wide open. So I bet you here in the near future we might see a play-action
like
pass.
A Caleb Shelby who blocks and then seals off and finds himself open in the flat or
possibility.
Or down the seam.
Look at him still churning his feet.
Absolutely.
Get more yards fighting.
I like that hustle from Elijah White. I also like what you said, the setup. We could see play action anytime here.
Definitely.
Keep the Bulldogs honest on the ground. Here they come.
Go.
It's White
Same
again.
Formation. Now they're running back to the weak side. He might get a big one here.
He's free. Down past midfield to the 40. Ripped up at the 45-yard line. It's Ricky Bickham. Not called his name yet. He's into the game and making an immediate impact. Bickham.
That is just
using a block. How about the big monster block from Darius Griffin? Just set Ricky loose.
That was amazing. That was that old Green Bay Packer outside sweep play with 2 guards pulling. That was beautiful.
Another guard pulls.
Back to that power O game. And I think I've figured out Coach Godding's idea here. He wants to grind out the clock.
Peter Corkin, 67. There you see the lead pull.
That's that power O play, and the quarterback's following him in. He's trying to grind the clock out and get a score before halftime to get something positive for the Lions to go into halftime and be excited about and then come back out and defend. So that's definitely some great coaching going on the SAGU Lion sideline.
Well, if you can cut the lead to 10, you feel like you're in the ball game against this number 21 team in the nation.
Without a doubt.
Now it's Collins.
Play
back
action.
to pass.
There
Play
he is.
action pass. Nearly completed. I thought he was going to bring it down. Caleb Shelley had it in his mitts.
Ooh.
Couldn't come down with it. He comes up a little gimpy here.
You ever heard?
You see him in the seam right
hang
here.
Him out to dry.
There it is. Oh, that's
Caleb
a gut
got
shot.
hung out to dry. That ball, if it was thrown on a dime and zipped it in there, he wouldn't have had to jump out there. He's a little hurt, hobbling off field. He's a tough kid, though.
And that's something that Collins will learn in time.
Yes, he's a freshman.
Where to place. He was so happy to see him open.
Right.
He just threw it out his way. Yeah, 6'4" guy who catches the ball. But you got to place it in the right spot to protect the receiver.
Definitely. And I think that's going to definitely, with growing and time, he'll get it there.
Collins, back to pass, rolls left. Tries
It's
to
not
square
go run it.
shoulders.
Oh, baby. If he would have just dropped it and ran, I think he might have had a great opportunity to get a first down.
Right.
That
there,
play
he should
side
have
is
gone right
sealed.
there. Yep.
He can just run. Tuck the ball and run.
And he paused,
Right.
and that gave time for Darian Candler just to wrap him up, and that brings up 4th down. The wind is against you.
The great thing is,
in this punt,
with that, the clock, he didn't throw it, and at least the clock is running. There's going to be a great opportunity to pin them deep, maybe inside the 10-yard line.
How about a fumble?
A fumble would be really
something.
good for the Lions. Not a bad
You
snap.
don't want a
over
bad
his head,
snap.
Dad. That's a great big kick. Come on, run up here.
The wind's going to catch that. It's going to go out of bounds around the 27-yard line.
I think if the snap was a little bit lower, he wouldn't have had to hurry his kick. I think he was a little nervous. And coming back to the Lion offense, C.J. Collins, I know he's made a few mistakes, but, you know, he's a freshman, and he's going to be around for 4 more years. He's got incredible talent, and he's going to be grown and groomed into a quarterback. And I'm not saying that this game is out by any means. I think he has an opportunity to bring back the Lions and get some points on the scoreboard. So I'm definitely not too worried about him and his future.
Well, the first quarter just looked too good for you to
Right.
write the Lions off yet. You know they've got the ability to hang with these guys.
Definitely.
A couple of weird, plays, some deflections, interceptions, and that's what's giving the Bulldogs the lead. Now here's Marquise Barol.
He is.
And that was
He is.
Matt Leiter.
He's hard to tackle.
On the tackle.
When somebody is that small and that shifty, it's way too hard to tackle if you just try to grab cloth. You've got to put your helmet on his number, crack him as hard as you can, and wrap him up and put him on the ground. If you just grab cloth, he's going to twist out of that and get big plays. That's why they got 7 yards.
Trent White snaps it to action.
Fumble.
Fumble. I think
the Lions
we got it. We got it back. That's what you needed. Something big to happen right there as we're at 2:30 left in the second quarter. It's number 95, Etheridge Brooks.
The quarterback.
Johnny on the spot.
The quarterback just left the ball a little bit too long.
Did you say he stripped it loose?
He
It looks like
stripped
White
out.
had it.
He did have it. If we had instant replay, I bet you that would have gone back to the offense because he was down. That was a beautiful defensive play. Coach Allen, I'm sure, is teaching his kids strip drills in practice, and that was one of those drills that I used to call Bulldog, where you jumped in there and you fought for that ball. He fought for it and got it back. Humongous opportunity, 2.5 minutes for the Lions to get a score in here. I'm pretty excited. I might start hyperventilating. There's a great opportunity for the Lions to score, baby.
41-yard line, 2:31 remaining. Man in motion.
Oh,
He may go
play
back to
action
pass. He does.
Oh, throw the flag.
He underthrew it, and here comes the flag. McDonald was grabbed from behind on the pass play from Tyler Jenkins, who normally plays tight end.
When he runs across and he starts getting depth after he handed off that ball, that's when I jumped out of my seat. I knew a trick play was coming. That was pretty neat to see.
Donald St. Anne called for the penalty against McDonald. Will give the Lions great field position.
15 yards. That's good stuff. And it's good to see the Lions are not backing down. They're going to take a shot when they can take a shot. These Lions aren't scared by any means of these Bulldogs. They are fighting tooth and nail with these kids. That is great coaching on the sideline. Good job, Coach Godding.
The junior from Weatherford, Texas, he plays tight end, 6'3", slung it down the field.
I bet you he played a little bit of quarterback in high school, maybe JV one year, and they knew he could throw.
Collins.
Those linebackers are creeping up. There could be a blitz coming. Both linebackers shooting in.
Collins will keep it himself.
Protect the ball.
Yep, hold
All right.
the ball. Don't lose it.
Little zone read. He's lost his shoe. Get your shoe back on, son. Little zone read. Reading that backside defensive end. And he should have given here.
He should have gave it to Hopkins. You're right.
I don't know. That was I'm retracting that statement. That was just incredible defensive end play. He couldn't really read that. Either way, I think that play was going to be stopped. That was good defense by the Bulldogs. Well, pistol set.
2 sets on either side. Man in motion is Vinique Benton.
Oh, screen pass.
Pass complete.
He's got a first
With
down.
room.
He might
could
score.
go.
He
may go all the way. And he does. Touchdown, Lions!
That was beautiful. Coach Godding didn't give up. These Lions have not given up with 1.5 minutes left. Little screen action play.
Ricky Bickham.
Oh, mercy. Look at Ricky Bickham run.
A 31-yard scamper.
Good job, Ricky Bickham. He's about as fast as Ricky Bobby in a race car. That was good stuff, Ricky. Number 23 scampering in for a touchdown. These fans are going crazy. That is good football. I'm excited to see the Lions fighting back tooth and nail. Got to hold on with this last minute and 36 and not let the Bulldogs go in with a score at halftime.
Ricky Bickham is not one of the 3 running backs we mentioned in pregame. We talked about Troy Griffin, we talked about James Hopkins, Eric Smith, but it's Ricky Bickham who's the first running back to score for the Lions tonight, cuts the lead to 10. Here it is again.
Beautiful.
Nice read.
Faked the pass to the man going in motion, throws it underneath back to the right side to Bickham.
He's gone.
And look at those big boys rumbling, stumbling, and bumbling. 72 smashing. That's
Rogelio Adam.
Rogelio, that was good stuff.
Says, he follow me.
He shoved Drake Dowling, the cat that has gotten 3 interceptions, 1 score for the Bulldogs. He shoved him into the end zone.
20 yards down the field, 30 yards down the field.
That's a big
and
man
until you hear the whistle, you don't stop.
Exactly.
Find a man, beat him. Find a man, beat him.
And on screen plays, as a former offensive lineman, I loved being able to hit one of those little kids in the secondary because they're always getting all the publicity with the interceptions, this, that, and the other. If I could crunch one of those
Hide the
kids,
pads from this guy. Chelsea, hide the pads from this guy.
Well,
he wants to go down there and play.
I'm having back surgery in November. My days are over with. There's no way. But those offensive linemen are getting after it. That was beautiful football. Good job, Lions.
Well, we said it. Cut the lead to 10, and they did it. Off a fumble.
Got to hold on here on defense. You got to go
from
in.
the Bulldogs.
Go in with just under 10. Or you go in behind 10. You got some great things to talk about at halftime. Your kids are excited. You come out that third quarter pumped. That was a big, big, big play.
Chad Deeren set the kickoff at the 35-yard line.
I was watching him in pregame. He can boom these kicks.
Deep, deep kick in the end zone. He's going to take it out inside the 2 yards in. He's got some running room.
No.
30, 45, still on his feet. 50.
There you go. Oh,
fumble! That's loose ball.
Fight for it, Bulldog. Come on, rip it out of there.
The Bulldogs picked it up. They did, but the Lions were right there and had a chance. Boy, that would have been huge. I think Brewster, 83, was close to the action. We may see it again. What a lucky bounce for the Bulldogs after a great return.
Minute and 25. The ball's at midfield right here. I wouldn't say I'd be lying if I didn't say I'm a little nervous. I need to see these Lions just come out here and get a big play. TLU's explosive offense, they can score at any time. I'm wondering if Coach Padron doesn't be happy with a 10-yard or a 10-point lead and go in and just run the clock. But he's
got trips left, Brian.
He's got them split out here wide.
And Burrell in the background with White in the pistol.
They're going to give the ball to them.
Quick pass. Pass complete underneath.
Great thing is the clock is running. I don't know if I'm a little bit slow getting off the pile if I was on defense.
Lewis Williams on the reception.
2nd and 4.
Minute 10 remaining. Burrell
sets
up
offsides.
near White. White could be a free play. Dump pass off to Burrell, 40, 35.
There you go.
Down to the 30.
30, but they got the 3 timeouts. So, a little flag action here. What's going on at the end of the play? Oh, this could be.
It might
definitely could be a big play.
It may be against the
Lions.
The Lions are saying it's against the Bulldogs.
That would be incredible.
That would negate a real nice pickup from Burrell.
Right. We got, like I told you, the referees stand and talk together for a long time. It's usually bad for the offense.
Sure.
There you go.
I'm not sure what Tyler Brandenburg's range is, but he's definitely out of it now.
Definitely. And there's no wind behind him. And
personal foul, Brian.
I know he doesn't have a shoe that's got that metal plate in it, so I don't see him kicking this one that far. 56 seconds. Remember Jack Dempsey, NFL?
Yes.
Great.
Yep.
Had half a foot and had a steel shoe and then kick 60 yards.
63-yarder. I think he had that record for a while.
Definitely. All right.
Bulldogs back near midfield negates a nice pickup off the dump pass from White to Burrell.
Clock's
it brings
running.
up 2nd and 5, ball at the 46-yard line.
Somebody needs to man up on Burrow and stay with him. Boom!
Oh!
Somebody's got to stay with
Jeff
that.
Hallett was in the vicinity as Barol struggled to bring that ball in.
They've run that swing
to
pass.
completion.
They've run that swing pass to the back in the backfield so many times. Sometime in this game, they're going to fake it to that back, and they're going to throw it to one of those receivers that's pretending to block for a second, and he's going to sprint up the field. I always call that the swing pass and go. There's a great opportunity that could be coming soon.
Double set receivers, top and bottom of your screen. Barol
There we go.
set near White, and
We got
a
some
whistle.
whistle blowing and all that stuff. I'm not sure what's going on down there on the field.
So is this a good time for the Lions to maybe try one of those well-timed blitzes we talked about in pregame, or not at this time?
I wouldn't, only because Burrell, if he gets the ball, if you blitz and he gets behind that blitz and that quarterback and dump it off to him, nobody's going to tackle him. The kid can go. If he touches the ball anywhere on the field, he can score at any time. Every time he touches the ball, the kid can score. So they've got to. When they spread out the offense right now, they have to have one or two people assigned to him at all times and just man up on him. I'm not sure what's going on here. Referee's waving at people and throwing
talking
hands
to
around.
Gauding down at the bottom of your screen. And Gauding,
I don't know if that personal foul.
not sure he's happy with the call.
If the personal foul didn't make them lose a down or something like that, I don't know if that's what Coach Gauding's saying right now. They're having a little conference here. So come over to Coach Gauding here. Here we go. Little conference.
And Gauding is looking for some clarification.
Coach Gauding was mic'd up right now. We could hear what's going on.
You coached Coach Gauding's
Both of his
sons in football out there. Was it Palmer?
Palmer. I was a head football coach out at Palmer. I coached Sean, who was a starting left tackle for me my last year of coaching. Now I'm a middle school assistant principal. In fact, I'm a middle school assistant principal with your brother-in-law, Coy Tipton, listening on the radio. He asked me, can I call in and be on the show? I said, no. Don't call in. I have my ringer on silent because I know he'll try.
Don't bug us, Coy.
Don't bug us.
Well, you've also got my son at your school, so keep an eye on him, please. He's
what
a piece
great
of work.
Kid. Thankfully, he takes after his mom.
Easy. 3rd and 3, 44 seconds left.
There's Boo Roll
White,
again.
back to pass.
Oh, no.
Slings it downfield.
Oh, no.
Got a man open.
Oh, interception, ripping it out.
Could be intercepted. They're fighting for the ball
Yes,
right now.
that's the ball.
Interception! Lions! And the crowd goes crazy.
That is incredible.
That is number 16 on the play. Carl Morgan just picked it out of the air and picked it away from the intended receiver.
I really think
at this.
offense caught it and he stole it out of the air. Look at that. That is just strength. Ripped
Pure
it out of
strength.
there.
That's weight room paying off right there.
That's beautiful. What Coach Allen is just jumping for
And
joy
if the
on the
ball's
sideline.
on the ground, they missed it because they ruled it an interception.
No
Again,
instant replay right here.
yeah,
Coach
replay may have
Padron.
changed it.
Oh, Coach Padron is hot on
He
the
is
sideline.
fit to be tied on the sidelines.
Hey,
We'll
turnovers.
take it. You know what?
Did we not
We'll
talk
take
about
it.
turnovers in pregame? That's one thing that
Let's take a look and
TLU's
see
has
here.
had a lot of
When
turnovers.
the ball gets near the ground, there you see Carl strips
just
it at this moment
tears
right
it and turns
there.
his shoulders. That's SAGU ball.
We just can't tell. Well,
I
definitely let Lions ball.
I truly
if the
believe they
interception's
need
good.
to hand the ball off and run out the clock and be happy to only be down by 10. Nothing crazy. There we go. Fake the pass, run the zone.
Hold on to the ball. You don't want to give
Take
it back
the ball.
to the Bulldogs here. 30 seconds. Clock's going to tick away. And I think you're right. They're going to be content probably just to go to halftime down 10.
What an amazing defensive display by the Lions. That is fantastic football. Oh, throwing a quick slant. Oh, that stops the clock. Oh, that scares me. They know better than me. I bet you they thought that they could get the Bulldogs napping a little bit on defense, thinking they were just going to run the ball and throw a quick slant, and maybe he could scramble and get a quick play out of it. 3rd and 7. TLU's got 3 timeouts. You've got to run the ball, get some yardage, and try to run this clock out, because if you don't, I guarantee a timeout is coming.
Pass complete in the flats.
Go up the field.
Stays in bounds, and that will likely
be a first down. Sometimes you can't dance and shake and bake. You
in
got
the first
to
half.
Run up the field and keep the clock running. Somebody's got a timeout they just called. SAGU called timeout. All right, 4 seconds. It might be time to dial up your favorite trick play. Not sure. Appreciate you helping me get my mic set up here. Throwing my coat back on. Timeout. Talking on the sidelines, definitely one thing I'd be saying if I was coach is ball security. You protect that football because any turnover right now could be a quick score. You got those big old offensive linemen out there. If they throw an interception, you're expecting those 300-pounders that run a 5.3, 5.4 40 to
catch Dowling. Not going to happen.
To get Dowling, who probably runs a 4.6 40, it's just not going to happen. Protect the ball. Don't do anything too crazy here. Tell you what, those linemen are just huge. Those some big boys. I wonder if those pizza buffets don't get scared when they come in.
CC's Pizza.
I'm telling you what, they can
Plenty
do
of
some
business.
damage. Definitely do some damage.
This will likely be the last play of the first half. Lions content to go into halftime down 10, barring a big, huge monster play here.
Oh, please.
Why not? He airs it
There
out.
you go.
Pass
There we go.
complete.
All right.
Or, incomplete, I should say. And that is the score at halftime, 24-14. Lions hanging tough, fighting back.
Fighting back. I tell you what, see them running off the field. The guys are excited. Just being down 10 points, the whole personification of those kids has definitely changed.
Well, we'll take a quick break here. We're at halftime. Much more coming your way. Lions just down 10. Stay tuned. You're watching the SAGU Sports Network. We'll be right back.